friends, and welcome to part 2 of Civil War Real Spooky Stories edition. This week we are doing stories from Bryce and Megan. Let's get into it. These next two are from people who actually came to my real life living room.
Aw, have fun.
So I am going to mute my mic for the next two so you don't hear me twice. Because that is a lot of my voice that I don't know if editing Lisa is going to be able to tolerate that. But Celeste's mic will still be hot, so you're still gonna hear all the gasps and the wows and the and everything. So this next one is from another friend / ghoul guide, Megan, who hasn't been a ghost guide in a little bit, but still has some amazing, really, really cool stories. So she's up next. All right, this is Real Spooky Stories Civil War Edition. Today is Megan. Hello, Megan.
Hey, Lisa.
How do we know each other?
We were both ghost tour guides together for a minute.
Yeah.
You're still one.
I am still one.
I joke that I'm in retirement, but...
But you've been in retirement for 3 to 5 years now?
Roughly.
Right about COVID?
I'm still prepared to, bust out the hoop skirts at some
point.
point.
Love it. But this is Civil War edition for Real Spooky Stories, and I've been told there's a photo.
There is a photo.
Okay, so is the photo from the beginning of the story, the end of the story, the middle of the story?
The photo's kind of the middle of the story,
right.
so I'll set it up and then
All right, and then show me when we get there.
Yep.
All right, so at your leisure, go for it.
So both of these stories come from Gettysburg. I grew up super close to there.
All right.
And that's what you do in very small towns in northern Maryland.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to do.
Nice.
You go to Gettysburg.
Okay.
So this first one, this was 2011.
Okay.
I had a real good friend who I was rooming with here, and she wanted to go to Gettysburg, so I'm going to take her for the first time. Mm-hmm. And this is 2011, and we're older millennials, so everybody thinks that they're an amateur photographer at this point.
Of course. Yeah.
And so we're on Devil's Den.
Okay.
Not Devil's Den. We're on Little Round Top.
Okay. And so we'll try and put the a map of Gettysburg in the show notes for this, but it's sort of, there's this whole fishhook situation, and Little Round Top sort of the center of the fishhook.
More or less. Yeah, and some shit went down there as, a professional historian would describe it.
Yes.
Lots of death, lots of violence, lots of stuff.
Yes.
So we're walking along this little path that leads from kind of the front of the hill, which is the part that gets a lot of visitation, towards the back of the hill. Yeah. Where if you're a big Civil War person, is where the 20th Maine took their stand, or if you've ever seen the movie Gettysburg. Yeah. And my friend, her name's Kat. Yeah. She's gonna take some photos. Yeah. And so she stops and snaps a whole bunch of the path. Yeah. Trying to get it when it's empty.
Okay.
We waited for people to go past us.
And this is people milling about.
Yeah.
Just sort of, is it summer?
It's a nice, early fall day.
Okay.
So things are still greenish.
Yeah.
There's still, trees are still leafed out, but
But it's not early July people visiting for the anniversary.
No. It's not crazy season there.
Yeah.
It's just nerd season.
Yeah.
So she takes her photos. We go throughout our day. We get home that night.
Yeah.
And as people did in elder millennial times, she took her memory card out of her big-ass camera and stuck it in her computer and dumped all her photos into a Facebook album.
As we did.
And I did the other thing elder millennials did, which was lay in bed and look at all her photos one by one.
Yeah. As we also did.
Yeah.
But core memory for the millennial Facebook generation, what was the name of the album?
The name of the album was from a country song that was popular at the time.
Of course.
About there's a road like a long gray ribbon. Yeah, they were all song lyrics. That's the thing. I appreciate
Yeah.
Yes,
I've been
there. for understanding my culture.
I am a younger millennial. I'm Gen Z cusp, but I have been there.
But anyway, so lying in bed, looking at these photos, and I kind of bump on one and make a mental note to ask her about it the next morning.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's something kind of weird looking in it.
Yeah.
And, like, that was before you could zoom in on photos on your phone. Like, this, like, I was on a very early BlackBerry.
Okay.
It did not have a ton of functionality, but it had enough that I could be like, that's a weird photo.
Yeah.
So the next morning, I'm like, hey, Kat, we're drinking coffee on our couch. Like, hey, Kat, there's something weird in one of your photos. Do you want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
And I told her which one. I'm like, it's one of the little round top photos.
Yeah.
And she, like, flips open her computer and, like, navigates to the photo and looks at it, and all the blood drains out of her face.
Okay. And this, for context, this is a photo that was taken on, like, a nice DSLR type deal.
Not a DSLR, but, like, a decent-ish, like,
better than a point and shoot. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That midpoint between point and shoot and fancy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And, like, she was learning how to use its settings, and she had Photoshop on her computer, which will be important in a minute.
Okay.
So this, are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is the photo she got.
All right. I just showed Celeste the photo. What do you think?
There's a person in this photo. Is that what I'm looking at?
Kind of,
okay,
but
so
not.
Description.
Yeah.
The photo, I don't know if you describe it in the
I describe it in a second, but
okay. It's the woods, and it looks like there's just shadows within the trees, and then you zoom in, and you realize one of these shadows is not near any trees.
It's kind of near a tree stump, but
it's not like there's not a shadow that's being cast.
Correct.
It looks like a person standing. Very obviously, you can see the limbs of said person.
Like a distinctive, like, bicorn or tricorn hat. Yeah. All right.
Take my phone.
This is freaky.
So, what I'm saying, there's, for the listening audience that cannot yet click on the blog post link.
I'll share it.
So what I'm looking at is there's a path, like a rocky type path, and it goes into trees. You can tell it's fall because some of the back ones are turning yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a figure. And at first I'm like, okay, what is this shadowy? Or like, oh yeah, there's another human-ish shape kind of next to it. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's a shadow. But then I look at it properly.
Keep
now that I'm staring
in
at it.
if you want.
And,
if you can.
Yeah, and so I'm staring at it, and it's... Okay, the thing I thought initially was a human is like a tree stump that's kind of tall. And the shadow is a very distinct, like, absent point that is very distinctly human-shaped. Like, it's as if, okay, you took a photo of a person and then you, like...
Screwed with him a little.
Like select human, remove human, and then there's a dark spot there. And
like, there are arms, there's a head. You can almost see, like, the outline of, like, a longish coat.
Yeah, you can kind of tell they're about to, like, step forward and look in one way. Yeah.
But the proportions are also wrong, too. Like, relative to the size of that tree stump, which is still there, like, they should be bigger, but are not.
Yeah. Like, that's either a very human-sized tree stump or a very tiny-sized human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spent, like, the next hour putting this photo through its paces on Photoshop.
Yeah.
I think... So I am not a color theory person, but she is.
Okay.
The thing that she found was most interesting is that when you invert the colors on Photoshop, it goes from black to pure white.
So
it's not a shadow.
Yeah, it is like an absent point where something should have been picked up and didn't. Yeah.
Oh. So we have never, like, it has been almost 15 years.
Yes.
And we still talk about it.
Yeah.
On the reg.
All the time.
And, like, show people it. I have gone back to that site numerous times and tried to recreate it. Like, the only thing I can interpret, because, like, you can see the head, you can see the arms.
Yeah.
It's really that there's a dude walking into the woods on the back of Little Round Top who we know for sure was not there.
There at the time. Do you recall how big that tree stump was when you were there?
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, figure out how to just... So I'm about 5 feet.
Okay.
And it comes up to, like, my knees, but it comes up to, like, the shadowy dude's waist.
Yes.
In the photo.
In the photo.
Like, yeah, let me...
So, this is, like,
yeah.
if this is a human, it is a teeny tiny human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that is so wild.
It still blows my mind.
Yes.
Like, I look at it fairly frequently and go, what the hell was that?
Yeah. No kidding.
Like, especially the fact that it's just, as you said, an absent point. Like, like the stark blackness of it, and, like, the point in which it appears, like, the, like, kind of, let's make it a human, but let's make it, like, kind of screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that it looks like it's wearing a frock coat to, like, get my Civil War nerd on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, to my knowledge, I don't know of any, like, there's equivalents of Fae lore throughout the world. They might not call it Fae lore in particular regions, but to my knowledge, there's not a lot of reports of Fae lore or equivalent in the Gettysburg area.
No.
Yeah, because, like, you usually get that closer to Appalachia.
Yeah.
But not at Gettysburg.
No.
Yeah.
And especially, like...
So weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd really I mean, we know that... I mean, we would be far from the first people who had a weird thing happen there.
Yeah, there's, Mark Nesbitt has done, 8 or 9 books
I love
about...
Mark Nesbitt. I, like, grew up and cut my teeth on his stuff.
Yeah, but there's, like, 8 or 10 books about Gettysburg ghost stories, specifically in that region.
And he's got all kinds of theories about, you know, electrical energy and how it can be neither created nor destroyed versus, like, unquiet spirits versus, like, those are great books, and I'm glad you shouted them out because, like...
Yeah. We, I think, cited a couple of his on the Gettysburg specific episode. So circle back, but major shout out to Mark Nesbitt in general.
Big fan.
Yes. But you said you had 2 total.
Yes.
So that's one.
So the other one was probably a couple of years later.
Okay.
So with a different friend, somebody that I grew up with in my hometown.
Okay.
And this is probably kind of dumb, but we decide that we're just going to go for a little, like, Twilight ramble on the battlefield.
Okay.
Which I feel like the statute of limitations have passed, so I can say that, you know, we definitely are not allowed to do that. This is not an endorsement.
Official Dreary Midnight stance, do not break rules.
Yeah, I think...
on battlefields.
The park, I think, closes at sunset.
Yeah.
And it was not that long after.
Yeah.
But it's also a huge place that they cannot, like...
They can't be patrolling 24/7.
So we're, like, this friend and I, and we park at Devil's Den.
Yeah.
And are just taking, like, a ramble through the rocks.
Yeah. Is this fall again? Is this summer again?
This was high summer.
All right.
Maybe early summer, because I feel like Gettysburg College's graduation was going on around then.
All right. So, like, late May, early June.
Yeah. So we're, like, walking along the top of Devil's Den, which, if you're not familiar with Gettysburg, it's this... And it's funny when you talk about, like, Fae lore.
Yeah.
It's this massive collection of, like, building-sized rocks.
Yes.
that are just there on the battlefield and have always been there and don't really match with, like, the geography of the rest of southeastern Pennsylvania, but they're just there.
Yeah.
And they were important in the battle because, you know, if people are shooting at you, you want something big and hard to hide behind.
Yeah. And, like, so many of the Gettysburg stories I've heard of are, like, adjacent to Devil's Den. Yeah.
Like, it's an area that seems to, like, contain a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's also an area that was a deeply hellish place to run the battle.
Yeah.
Because what people didn't realize is that if you're hiding down in some big-ass rocks and shells are hitting them at a high rate, it's basically going to liquefy your brain if you're trying to hide in there. So that's, like, not a great... Like,
it's not a great place to be.
Yeah, they had people that they pulled out afterward. They're like, why are they dead? They don't have a mark on them.
Oh.
And what's interesting, not to digress, is apparently the place has had the name Devil's Den since long before the battle. Like, that's the name that it... But, so...
That the locals called it well before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
Yeah.
But we're, like, walking through... up on top of the rocks.
Yeah.
And there's an area where you're walking along a rock, and then there's kind of a path, and there's a bunch of underbrush that's maybe, like, knee-high to waist-high on me, a fairly short person.
Yeah.
And my friend grabs my arm, like, starts to pull me back, and points over in the bushes, and there's something about, like, the weird humanoid shapes. I don't I don't know. Maybe it was Little Round Top Dude coming to say hi.
Yeah.
Little Round Top Dude. But, like, there's something... The best way I can describe it, it was like if a baby bear was hunched over. Like, it was humanoid, it was thick, and it was kind of hunched.
Yeah.
And it's, like, running through the underbrush toward us. And it's not making any sound. Like, we can see it, and my friend is, like, grabbing me and pulling me back, and I'm like, what do I do now?
Yeah. We are rated explicit on Spotify, so we can swear if we want to.
Yeah, I was like, what do we do now?
Yep.
And, like, this thing, I don't, like, evil toddler, I don't, like, there's nobody else around, because it's nighttime.
Yeah. And so what was your impression of it? Was it that, like, it was trying to say hello? Was it trying to hurt? Was it trying to don't know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It, like, it's just at the point where it's gonna, like, intersect with the path that we're on.
Okay.
And then it's just not there anymore. Which, thank fuck.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. But it was...
But where'd it go?
It was so strange. But, like, something running, like, we both agreed, like, it should have made noise.
Yeah, should have made noise.
Underbrush. Like,
very clearly moving with purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, it was kind of solid enough and large enough that, again, you know it's not just a shadow.
Yeah.
Like, but it's... The hunch was weird, and, like, the sizing was
weird. Yeah.
So the point where it stopped being... Like, I can't even say it vanished.
Yeah.
It just stopped being there.
Which is so wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the point when Stacy, the friend I was with, like, fully grabbed me, and we booked the fuck out of there.
Don't blame you.
I have never actually been back to the battlefield at night since, and that was over a decade ago, because I just decided, like, you know, I did not want to mess.
Yeah, clearly not. Good grief.
But it's interesting, both of those encounters, because, like, we've both read, you know,
some Mark Nesbitt, yeah.
It doesn't feel like any of the other encounters he's ever described. Like, I always expected if something spooky was going to happen to me at Gettysburg, it was going to be, like, the very stereotypical, like, some ragged dude shows up and asks for a ride south. And
then or whatever. Or, like, there's one I think we covered in the Gettysburg episode last year where it's, like, there's two different people on 2 different days who are, like, trying to take photos, and, like, one of them is, like... sees somebody and the guy's very ragged looking. He's like, oh, what you're looking for is over there. And then she turns back and it's not there. And then somebody else takes a photo and it's like, oh, I'm looking at not a thing, but in this photo there clearly is a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the triangular field, which seems to attract, like, the camera funny business.
Yeah.
There was, of course, the Civil War is really the first war that has a photographic record.
Yeah.
And there are stories of, like, photographers showing up and, like, monkeying with bodies to get, like, a shot that they could sell that was really sexy.
Yeah.
And so in that same area, cameras never seemed to work well. So this was close, but not there. But also just, like, I think both of the things that we saw in the photo and in real life, like, they weren't identifiably Civil War. It was just, like, something's here that's just off enough.
Yeah. That it's not gonna... There is the presence or absence of something hinky.
Yeah.
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 Which is both my favorite and least favorite type of ghost lore, because I want to know the answer, even if the answer is ghosts.
Well, and it feels so, like, almost unfinished, because it's not like I can say, well, yes, that was obviously, like, a Confederate soldier appearing. It was just a weird thing.
Yeah.
With a height problem.
Yeah.
That maybe saw me and was like,
how about now?
Another, which is actually kind of terrifying. But it's interesting. Like, I wonder how many people have that kind of experience.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't fit, like, the obvious ghost story mold.
Yes. That it's just, okay, you write it off, you do whatever. You don't post that photo.
Yeah.
Then whatever. Yeah. Right? But yeah, that is wild. I have never been to Gettysburg. Would like to go now.
When you would like to, I will happily go with you.
Okay.
I know the whole field.
Appreciate it.
So,
if I cannot convince Celeste to go with me, I will call you next.
I love to take people around. So,
any final thoughts?
So, photo was weird. I didn't realize how tiny he was.
Yeah. That's what got me as well.
Because I was like, this is just... I didn't have any point of reference until it was said as to how tall those trees were.
Yeah.
And from being from California, you see some really freaking tall trees sometimes.
Yeah. So, again, I'll try and post it on a blog post for this episode. But if you're... And when I saw that photo initially as well, I was thinking, like, okay, what's the deal with, like, scale here? Because as you say, if you're from California, if you're used to thinking of scale as redwoods, then that is a regular-sized human, right? But then she says, okay, that the tree stump is like knee calf high to her.
And she's 5 foot. By the way.
Yeah.
We know a lot of short people.
Apparently so. I feel like a giant. I'm 5'7" sometimes.
I thought 5'3" was short, but apparently not.
And I perpetually feel like the short one in my family.
Well, your brother's tall as heck.
Yeah. But I am also the shortest by like 2 or 3 inches in my family. Or at least in my immediate family. I'm taller than a lot of my cousins.
How tall is your brother? Because he seems tall.
He's 6'3".
I've never actually met. Okay, yeah. Okay, he is tall.
6'3", 6'4", somewhere around there.
Because I'm like, I've seen photos of him.
Yeah.
He seems tall.
Because he is.
I think it's interesting that little guy is short, but then also the creature she describes is toddler size.
Yeah.
But it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't look human.
Correct.
She said, like, fuzzy?
Like maybe
a bear? Like a
baby bear situation?
But it was making any noise.
Yeah.
So,
which is
my
also
immediate
really weird.
thought was it's an animal.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. There's bears.
Yeah.
You know,
there's
in this
creatures,
area.
Yeah. I mean, and it's late spring, early summer. Like, it's about that time where 3-week-old, 3 to 6 week old animals will be functionally 6 to 8 years old, right?
But I've been walking in the woods before and heard like rustling from like a squirrel jumping on a tree.
Yeah.
So the fact that there was no noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what seemingly was a small dog-sized creature running.
Yeah. That's is weird.
That's weird.
You would expect like foot on rock or as she said, like brush on the underbrush, and the underbrush didn't react, which is also really, really weird. But yeah, now I really want to go to Gettysburg.
We should go to Gettysburg.
Field
it's
trip.
Not that far.
Yeah, it's like 90 minutes from where we are.
Yeah.
All right. So, friend and colleague Bryce, you've heard him before. You might hear him again.
Met him before.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah. So here are Bryce's stories. All right, so this is Real Spooky Stories Civil War edition, and I am here with friend of the pod, Bryce. Hey, Bryce.
Hello, everyone.
So, Bryce also has a spooky Civil War story, so have at it.
So, it was a few years ago, it was senior year, spring break. A couple of friends and I decided to go on a road trip down to Pennsylvania, D.C., and to visit some of the Civil War battlefields.
This was senior year of high school?
Senior year of college.
College,
yep. Okay. And so we go down and we go to Gettysburg, we go to Manassas, and we decided to stop at Antietam. Now, for those who may not know, Antietam is the deadliest battle of the Civil War. A lot of death on that battlefield, and there's a specific part of it called the Bloody Ditch, is the nickname. It's basically this long ditch that a lot of people died in. So my friends and I are in the ditch, and we're like reading this plaque about it. And I all of a sudden started to feel this like sense of dread. And I've never felt that before. I don't have anxiety. I don't get anything like that. And I felt this sense of dread. And I also felt really claustrophobic. Like there were a bunch of people around me. And I don't ever get that feeling before. So it lasted for about, I'd say, probably like a minute or so. And then it went away. And I asked my friends if they had felt what I just felt. And they were like, what are you talking about? Like, stop lying. You didn't feel that. So apparently I was the only one to feel it. And
that's very weird.
Yeah, my guess would be that I felt like the residual energy of the battle is my guess as to what happened there.
I wonder how Did he say how busy it was over there? Do you know?
I don't think he did.
Because if he's feeling claustrophobic, but there's like no one around.
Yeah, that would be really
That's
weird.
really weird.
Yeah. At Editing Lisa, text Bryce and read his reply here. Hey, it's Editing Lisa here. According to Bryce, it was only him and the group of friends at the time. There may have been a couple farther away, he says, but I think just us around. So, extra creepy, the fact that it was just the group of friends and only one person hurt or felt it. Anyway, bye. But, I mean, even then, when he says, okay, it's the bloodiest day of the war, we're talking 22,000 casualties in a single day. So, I don't know about you. I don't know about
injuries,
you.
Right?
Yeah. But still, I don't know about you. 22,000 is more than my high school and college combined.
Dude, my high school was like 400 students.
But yeah, I'm sure there are towns that have fewer people than died that day.
This is why I keep forgetting how many people died in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Like, yes, casualties also include injuries, but like, even taking away those, so many people died in the Civil War. Yes. And, you know, he said that it was like this energy that he felt, maybe it was, you know, the residual energy of a ghost. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if he was feeling what this person who died must have been feeling during the battle. Yes. Like, can you imagine? It's like what's the opposite of claustrophobia? It's agoraphobia. Yeah. I imagine being in a battle, and I've never been in one, and, you know, must feel agoraphobic and claustrophobic at the same time. Yeah. Because you don't know what's around you, but at the same time, you feel like you're trapped where you are.
It's sort of like how Audrey was saying, that sensation of feeling watched and feeling observed all of the time. Exactly. So from the Civil War, Ken Burns, more than 3 million people fought in the war, or 3 million men fought in the war. 2% of the total population, more than 620,000, died. During the Battle of Antietam, 12,401 Union men were killed, missing, or wounded, double the casualties of D-Day. There's a total of 23,000 casualties on both sides, bloody single day of the war. Of those, there was between 3,000 and 4,000 deaths, specifically at Antietam.
Yeah, there's a lot of
so it's approximately there. Yeah, so it's approximately 21,000 Union deaths and approximately 1,500 to 1,550 Confederate deaths. So, do you have any other fun / spooky stories from that road trip?
Yeah. So, from that road trip, we also went to Gettysburg. Yeah. And at Gettysburg, there's a rock it's a very famous portrait of a dead, like, Confederate sniper or something like that. Yeah. And basically, there's like a photo of him, like, posed on the rock. And when we went to that rock, my friends and I this is where we all got this feeling like we were being watched. And there was nobody, we were the only people really in the park, in that area of the park. There was no other cars, no other nothing, no rangers, no animals, nothing. So there were like nothing, there's no rangers, no cars, no nothing. Basically, my friends and I like all looked at each other like, did you feel that? Like, what? Where? Who's watching us? And so we kind of look around like, okay, maybe there's a guest that we just didn't see. Nope, nothing. And that feeling lasted for about 3 minutes.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody felt it that time, right?
And everybody felt it.
Yeah.
For about 3 minutes, and then it just dissipated, like it went away. And we all looked at each other like, maybe we should go visit a different part of the park now.
And you said that was Devil's Den area where the sniper was?
I think so. Yeah. I believe, if I remember right. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So what are your thoughts so far?
Once again, well, no, it's kind of like Audrey's being watched. It's like, you know, the agoraphobia, claustrophobia. I guess claustrophobia. I'm glad it was not glad, but all of them who felt
Yeah.
it. So it wasn't just like, oh, you're just freaking yourself out or you're just, trying to get attention. It's like, I think it's more powerful when it's a shared experience versus when it's an individual.
Yeah. Well, because if I recall correctly, thinking back to that first Gettysburg episode, I think Sarah, friend of the pod, Sarah wrote in saying she got that same sensation about that same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is absolutely wild.
Consistent.
Consistent. Bryce has one more story.
Okay. Is it also Gettysburg?
It is not also Gettysburg, but it's also not quite. I'm concerned about who's going on that battlefield, so I think we're gonna put it on the Patreon just to be a little bit safe.
Okay. So Bryce has one more story that we're gonna put on the Patreon.
Yes.
Got it.
And that'll be our bonus for this week.
Okay.
So hop on over there and
listen in.
Tune in. Again, Patreon tiers start from $3 a month. You'll get bonus episodes. You'll get lots of extra content and tourism tales. We're going to hopefully be starting a D&D campaign in a little while as well. Patreon.com/drearymidnight. If you want to follow us on socials, and if we're doing another themed real spooky stories, you'll see that on our Instagram stories first. Instagram.com/drearymidnightpod. And if you have a story of your own, you can either type it up and send it over, or make like Audrey and do a voice recording. drearymidnightpodcast Yes.
I like it.
drearymidnightpodcast@gmail.com. And with all that said, if you're a ghost, announce yourself.
Oh, be polite.
Be polite.
Romantic.
Be like that one guy.
So romantic.
Except
I'm going to go home and write a story about this.
Okay.
No, I won't. Not exactly. Obviously,
but I think...
Poor Audrey.
Yeah, but also I think Celeste has found her new romance genre. And with all that said, be wary...
of Civil War battlefields, apparently.
Yeah, just don't go on battlefields at night. Just don't...
Megan, I'm looking at you.
Megan, also Bryce, once people hear the Patreon story, we're gonna be all staring at Bryce daggers as well. But stay safe out there. Stay hydrated, take your meds, drink your water, and don't get haunted. And safe travels home on this dreary midnight. Good night.
Good night.